Morning everyone, Ian from DIY Home and Gardening. 1st of January, start of a new year, 2025, and high winds, and it's lashing it down with torrential rain. So what better project is there than a bit of seed sowing? So if I turn the camera around and I'll show you which seeds I'm doing today. Okay, so here we are. Peppers, chili peppers. Last year I started them on the eve of Christmas Day out of a bit of boredom. Today I'm starting New Year's Day, same sort of reason. So my original thought was I was going to cut back on the amount of varieties I was growing this year, but as seems to be the way, when you decide you're going to cut back on something, you end up doing even more. So I've actually ended up with 4 varieties of sweet pepper and 27 varieties worth of chili type peppers. All need exactly the same requirements to get going, but if I just run through varieties, I'll put the varieties in description of the video also. We've got Bullhorn mix, Corno de Torro Rosso, which again essentially translates as another bullhorn type, Hamik and Beja. So I've grown, well, all of these varieties previously. Beja I've not done for a year. What I have done this year is I've purchased a load of new seeds of things that I already had previously. So things like Beja, Holy Peak, a few others, where I just felt that the plants last year had kind of lost their vigor, lost their identity a little bit, if you like, where I think I've just been seed saving or saving seed from previous plants, and I think where it just got a little bit of issues with cross pollination. So for 2024 I made conscious effort, obviously growing individual varieties in their individual pots, and being more meticulous in terms of labelling, and had the view early doors that some of the varieties I'd be replacing. So we'll start with saved ones first. So some of these are harder to get hold of anyway. Tangerine Dream, Joe's Long Cayenne, Gusto Purple, Jalapeno Cross Tiger, Mirch Masala, Scarlett Variegated, Peruvian Lemon Drop, Purple Tiger, Hangijaoy Supernova, Vampire Chili, Mushroom Red, and I have Basket of Fire indoors. Then on to these others. So we got Holy Peak, Padron, and again I've gone for a bit of a mixture of different varieties as well this year, trying to add in some milder varieties that can use in terms of cooking and stuffed pepper type, just to expand the amount of dishes that we can do. And obviously that being a Spanish chili is also different from the hotter Peruvian type chilies that there are. Thai green curry, again despite the name it's very mild, so good in curries. Aci Kil, again it's a Turkish pepper but pretty mild. Midas, gold but mild. Friggitello, Italian, oh, should be over there, that's a sweet pepper, need to move that. Paper lantern, the Cayenne, Pikito, pumpkin, Etna, and Chiang Rai. And then over here we've got Sugar Rush Stripey and Tinkerbell, which I had grown last year, but got some new seed just to make sure. Now these ones are different strain, so let me show you on these. So these are in the Capsicum Annum family, so normal type chilies, hotter climate chilies. Pikito variety or species, I should say. These are more derived for their peppercorns, pepper, to be used as a spice rather than for heat purposes. So these have yeah, a black pepper type of use to them. And then I've managed to get, which I've been looking for a couple of seasons and had been a recommendation, these Rocoto Long. So these are in pubescens variety. Pubescens basically means it's got hairy foliage to it. Different flowers or flower formation on these also. And the factor with these is that they're actually grown naturally in trying to think of the words, higher altitudes, and they are more cold tolerant than normal chili peppers are. So here in the UK, that might play to my advantage, don't know. Downside with these Pikito types, they have a longer time from seed sowing to cropping time, so about a 90-day, 120-day. Again, the flower formation on these is different to a normal annum type. Probably should have shown you last year actually, but these have sort of a greenish centre to them when they're flowering, but we'll see later in the season, I guess. So that's the seeds that I have planned. Let's pop some of those to one side. I've already written all the labels because, quite frankly, it'd be quite a boring video if you're watching me write out what is going to be 31 varieties worth of labels. This is my compost mix that I've done this year, so different to previous years, doing a little bit of experimentation, I suppose. So ordinarily my chili seed mix would be multi-purpose compost with perlite added to it, or a straight compost by itself. This year I've added in vermiculite to it, about a 10% by way of volume, and I'm hoping that that will aid with the moisture uniformity, but also vermiculite is really good for providing macronutrients, not macro, micronutrients for the seedlings. And so my thinking is that as it's within the compost, that should help provide some micronutrients to the chili seeds, which the chili seeds and pepper seeds always run out of go quite early on, and it then becomes a bit of a thing as to whether to feed or not to feed the seedlings. So that is the seed trays that I've filled already. Let's show you my intention. So these are a larger seed tray or a larger cell tray to ones that I've used previously. So this type is normally what I'd go for my chilies, which is a 20 cell tray. Takes up the same space as these. These are a 12 cell tray though, and because I'm only planning to to have 3 cells worth of each, it works out quite nicely. So that is going to become variety, you know, 4 varieties, and as usual I'll multi-sow the seeds. But if I set the camera up, then we can have a look. Right, okay, as I said, 12 seed tray. All I've done, use the compost, lightly fill the surface, and then I just tend to use another seed tray on top, press down, which then compresses to get rid of some of the air pockets and gives me the suitable planting depth. That's better. Right, so first up, mushroom red. just open this. So these are my own saved seeds. I will include the link for a video to show how I saved the seeds, so then you can have a look. And as I say, multi-sowing, that's what the seed looks like so. They're relatively large, so you can pick them up and maneuver them how you want. So I'm just doing 2 seeds into each cell. Obviously loads of seeds left over. I can see this failing, but probably going everywhere. Yeah, great. So as they're my saved seeds, yeah, I've got absolutely stacks of them. It doesn't really matter too much, the fact that I've got loads to play with. So as you can see, first one done, pop your label in and just pop seeds to one side. So for that, I'm just using the seed tray, and onto the next one, and basically just work your way through and until you filled the first seed tray, and I'll come back. So I've done the first lot there, and then just get some compost lightly covering over the top. A little bit more. Just make sure fill to the top on these seed trays. And then just with some water, because the top covering, so this bit hasn't had any water to it, whereas the rest has been watered. So then just give it a good drink, like so, and that's going to ensure that that seed that you've sown in the top is going to have that moisture contact, and is going to get going. And from here, just popping it into heated propagator. So I've got the 2 propagators set up, plugged in. They've been plugged in for about an hour, so they're up to temperature. So literally just pop the tray in, and we can then set all the others out. Once they're set up, lid will go on. And essentially that is how I'm starting all the chilies. So just another 23 varieties to go. Right, after nearly an hour, 8 seed trays, all full of peppers and chili peppers. Have 1 row that is spare, but everything else is full up. And what I've actually done is, where I had my own seed, so I've got quite a lot of the own seed, if you like, I've put in 3 seeds, and then on all the bought seeds is just 2. So just kind of makes use and uses up a little bit of the seed that I've got kicking around. But by multi-sowing, as I've said before, it will hopefully ensure that I'll end up with at least 1 viable plant in each of these cells, so that at least I have the option of 3 plants, potentially more. And then at the same time, I'm also going to use that last little bit for setting up for the Pepper in the Can challenge for this year as well. So yeah, I'll come back once that lot is germinated. Chilli pepper update, 16th of January, so 16 days on from seed sowing, and they're still on the on the heat of the propagator units, but obviously with covers off. Barring that back tray, most of them have got seeds are germinated. There's still a few within each tray that haven't, but you know, same as everything, they all take their time to come up, and chilies can take sort of about 20 to 30 days to germinate, so I'm not worried at all. I just keep them on the moist side and with the base heat, but looking good so far. Right, so I've come back into the greenhouse. It's the 20th of February, which means it's 7 weeks on from when I did the seed sowing of all the chili peppers and sweet peppers. And well, it's a definite time for an update, isn't it? And just to show you how things have progressed or not progressed, and maybe answer a few questions, put people's minds at ease as well, because I've had a few people messaging on more so on Instagram, or definitely on Instagram, about how long it's taking for seeds to germinate of chili peppers. So this hopefully will answer some of those questions. Now, it's a real mixed bag, I'll be honest. Don't know why this year, but the chili peppers in particular have been really slow to germinate. No idea why. But let's have a run through. So on this back tray here, we've got all the sweet pepper types. So Beja, Friggitello, Hamik, Corno de Torro and Bullhorn mix. Essentially these two are pretty similar in terms of how they fruit and crop. Now the sweet peppers germinated really quickly, and generally speaking, the milder the pepper, the quicker they tend to germinate, generally. Then we've got the Rocoto Long types and Tinkerbells. Again, they're slightly different species to other chili peppers, so they germinated really quickly also. Now we come to these ones. So Aci Kil, Padron, Holy Peak, Chiang Rai, again germinated pretty quickly, mixed germination rates, but they're on the milder side, so not too bad. Sugar Rush Stripey, you can see this couple there that have only recently germinated, still got the casings on them. Basket of Fire, strangely enough, has not really germinated, been very slow. Actually, I will show you this. You can see there root development, and likewise there shoot development. Nothing above as yet, so that means that this seed will be germinating, but not quite as yet. Yeah, so then we got the Thai green curry, decent amount there. Midas, not much in terms of germination. Then coming down here, now these have been ridiculously slow, all of these ones, and these are the hotter ones. So Mushroom Red, only 3 come out so far. Gusto Purple, you can see there, one literally just emerging today. Joe's Long, I mean normally that germinates easily, but hasn't this year for some reason. Vampire is always a pain in the arse to get germinating, and as yet nothing, I don't think. Let's have a look, see if we can see any sign of root. Nope, nothing as yet. I'm hoping that will soon. Then on the back here we got Pumpkin, Paper Lantern, Etna and Pikito. Again, you can see by the normal cotyledon leaves, they've only just started popping, and that one there you can see is just unfurling today, so again really slow. Then we've got Jalapeno Tiger, nothing in that cell as yet, but again you can see one has only just come. Tangerine Dream, I think that's going to be a loss, to be honest. Annoyingly, I didn't save any of my own seed on Tangerine Dream because I still had some in a pack, or packet I should say. I knew I had some in the packet, and when I came to sow it this year, the packet actually was just a paper packet, so it didn't have any foil or anything inside that would help keep the leftover seeds from last year viable. And so I think they've dried out, and I don't think that any of these are going to germinate. I'd be really surprised if they do. Purple Tiger, again, you can see by juvenile cotyledon stage, they've only just started coming. 4 there, none in that one so far. And then Mirch Masala, 3 biggies have all popped up, but nothing else besides that. Can't see anything. Trying to see if we could see anything root wise, but nothing. So that's where I'm at. I say 7 weeks. It's ridiculous. And I'll be honest, a little bit worried that this might be the year where I don't have enough plants. And I know that seems weird to say it, but yeah, I might have absolute stack loads of sweet peppers, but not the range of chili peppers that I'd intended. We shall see. So that is it. I had really hoped that I'd be doing this video, or completing this video, to show the germination of the chilies far sooner than I've managed to. But like I said, I have no idea why, but for this year, germination has been slow, like ridiculously slow. The seeds been really variable, especially when half of those varieties are all seeds that I saved myself, so they always perform well, and the other half are freshly bought, so I don't quite know why. This year everything struggled, you know, heating's the same, compost the same, moisture content, propagator, everything the same. It's been more overcast than some years. It's certainly been colder than quite a few years, but not in here. I mean, in here at the moment, what we got? 17 degrees. So it's not like it's cold in here. Just don't know why. But I'm hoping that as the season progresses, then a few more of those seeds will germinate, and I'll be able to continue as normal, do my potting and plant out. But for the time being, video done, but watch this space to see how plants progress, I suppose. So yeah, if you've got any questions, then please send the questions to me. I'll try and do my best to answer them. If you like the video, then please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that reminder button so you don't miss out on the future videos. And I do normally say it, but yeah, have fun, enjoy yourself, try something different. I mean, certainly doing 27 varieties is yeah, different to most people. But yeah, do you need the headache of all of them not germinating? I don't know. But till next time, well, there you go. Bye for now.